Okay, y'all, I am back again and I am starting this new rising sign series. And today's video, Aries rising in particular, is inspired by something that happened to me earlier today where I thought I was going to have to put my hands on somebody. Okay. My Venus Aries came out on these two dudes who I felt like they should have stood up for this girl who was about to get robbed. I was in a coffee shop and I was in this little room that was a few feet away from the register, but there was a door that closed in front of it. And I look up because I heard a lot of noise. I look up and I see a man came up in there, and from what the employee told me later, what he was demanding money, I just saw him like banging on the counter, being really loud, and I got up and I was like, open the door. I believe I got very loud, and the guy walks out. Nothing really happened, but there were two guys sitting there like on their laptops looking dumbfounded. Didn't get up, didn't do anything. And yeah, the Venus Aries in me did not like that. Okay, especially whenever it comes to men. I feel like they, although I am very capable of standing up for myself, I just feel like as a man, um, you should just protect and provide. And although I understand astrology, I understand certain alignments and why some people are more brave than others, still. Anyways, y'all, we are on Aries rising. If you are an Aries rising, if you know somebody who's an Aries rising, then this video is for you. Now, remember, your rising sign is essentially your first impression. How do you present yourself out in the real world? Astrology has helped me understand why, as a Scorpio rising, and I will go more in depth when I get to Scorpio rising, why I give off the impression that I do whenever I'm out in public. So, if you are an Aries rising, this video is for you. And I know somebody who is an Aries rising who I have known their entire life. So, I will definitely relate what I've seen within their life, and of course, what I am delivering to you. Now, remember, your rising sign is in the first house of your birth chart. Now, if you have other planets in the first house, of course, that will influence the energy of the way that you present yourself out in the world, and also the degree that your rising sign is can, of course, influence the energy of your personality. So don't listen to this and be like, I don't act like that. That ain't true because I'm not looking at your birth chart. So understand that. So if you're an Aries rising, of course, Aries is a fire sign. Fire signs essentially are known to be very impulsive, impatient, just out there, loud, look at me, quick, fast, those kind of things are seen through fire signs. But remember, Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of war, fighting, aggression, and also rules over Scorpio. So those two energies, again, are a little bit more assertive, a little bit more intense. And so for you, being a cardinal sign as well, cardinal signs are the signs that are the starter of seasons, the starter of things. And so a lot of times they can start things and not finish them, but they can start businesses and things like that. So if you're an Aries rising, that could be something that can be seen for you. But Aries rules over the first house of astrology, which means the rest of your houses are ruled by their proper planet, their proper zodiac sign. So understand that. So again, depending on your rising sign, every sign after that follows will rule over a different house. But for Aries, of course, Aries rules the first house, Taurus rules the second house, third, Gemini, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 12. So just to understand that. So Aries risings in particular are very much energetic, very assertive, and they tend to be very direct with people. Now, with this Aries rising that I know in particular, Aries is also known to be very loud. And this is something that I have explained to this person, that you can come across as being very loud. And of course, everyone can connect and click with all kind of people. So it doesn't mean that you have to change yourself, but to understand that. And whenever I told them that, they got upset, but also mentioned too that someone else had brought it up to them, and to know, okay, well, there is a pattern to this. So Aries risings, you could be very loud for people to where they're like, tone it down. But also, it is a sign that needs competition in order to thrive. As somebody with Aries placements, I do love competition, whether it's competition like, oh, you think you're better than me? Or it can be competition like, I just like playing games. This person that I know is very athletic. They love playing sports. They're very into sports, have been into sports like their whole life. And then they are physically active, always in the gym, playing on a team just for fun. That can be a thing too. So Aries needing competition in order to thrive. A lot of times people transform whenever you underestimate them. So competing against them, oh, you think you're better than me, I'm going to do better than you. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, meaning it's the baby of the zodiac. So Aries risings, you can be known to maybe be a baby, as in throwing temper tantrums. That is Aries type of energy too. But again, very straightforward, very go-getter attitude. Like these people can't sit down somewhere. They always have to be on the go because again, Mars rules their first house, and the first house is the house of your physical self. So high energy, always needing to go. This person that I know, always at the gym, like they're never at home. And I have their location, I be looking. So always feeling like they got to be doing something. But again, they can come across as impulsive, can come across as bold, and really, really wanting independence. Now, with that energy, this person that I know, they don't like to ask for help, even if they need it. You know, I can do it myself. I can do it myself, even though deep down inside they probably need some help. But again, Aries wants to be free. Aries is the first sign, meaning it's the leader. Like, don't tell me what to do. I can do it all by myself. I'm the boss. So that can be an energy that they give across to people. But it also needs to understand and learn, if you're an Aries rising, how to restrain your impatience. Because, like I said, Aries is a blunt energy. It's a fire sign. Again, very quick, fast, impulsive. They can be known to be even accident prone, always falling, always, you know, a little cut, a paper cut. This person I know be calling me, talking about I just fell, you know, something that always happens because again, they're always rushing. So just to make sure that you control your impatience. But remember, Taurus rules over your second house. So for you, is a good thing because the second house is also it's wealth, it's the things that you value, but it's also, do you value yourself, your self-esteem? So essentially when people have a Taurus rule second house, they can have a lot of good self-esteem, really believing in themselves no matter what is happening, no matter what's going on in their life. They do value, you know, their worth and understand like, I'm going to get through this. So that is a good thing too. Really valuing their family. Their confidence can come through their family. That is a thing too. They can also want to know about their family lineage, because the second house is the house of family, like I said too. Whenever it comes to their neighbors or siblings, because the third house is the house of communication, but it's also siblings, it's traveling, it's your neighbors. So because Gemini rules over your third house, you can be very communicative with your siblings, with your neighbors. This person that I know does talk to their neighbors, and I'm somebody who doesn't, you know, like if I see them walking by, obviously I'll speak, but having an actual relationship, and again, it could be good or bad, you know, depending on again what exactly is going on in that third house. But again, communication with the siblings, communication with the neighbors, but it can also be a competitive type speech because again, your rising sign, your outward appearance to everybody is again Aries like. Whenever it comes to your fourth house, of course, the fourth house is the house of family, the house of ancestry, and Cancer rules over your fourth house. Of course, that means that your mother, you could be emotionally attached to your mother, or there could be some kind of emotional attachment. Again, whether positive or negative, we got to look at, of course, the entire birth chart. But with this person in particular, I did notice too, when they were like in their 20s, it took them a little bit longer to move out of the house because they felt like, and from what they told me, is that they did not want to leave their mother because they felt like, you know, maybe she would have been a little bit lonely. So again, that emotional attachment to them, you know, really caring and really wanting to stay close to the mother, that can be seen through there. As far as your fifth house is concerned, Aries rising, your fifth house is ruled by Leo. And of course, fifth house is the house of casual dating, romance. Children are seen through there too. So whenever people have a Leo ruled fifth house, they can be people who are very active with children, very playful with children. This person did become a teacher for a little bit, for a few years. And so really loving to be around kids, really like playful with them, that can be seen through there too. But as far as like, let's say like relationships, let's talk about relationships in particular. Aries rising. Libra rules over your seventh house. And I know I'm not talking about the sixth house right now, but the seventh house, Libra rules over your seventh house, which an indication can be that your partner will be a very good looking person because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about beauty and luxury and nice things. But also too, Libra is a very, Although it's an air sign, it's a masculine sign and a logical sign. Libra is all about fairness and justice and not wanting to rock the boat. So your partner can be somebody who's a little bit more tame than you are, but you also have to understand that you are the dominant one in the relationship. So if you want things to work, you got to kind of tone that down. I have seen that with Aries rising, that when it comes to their partnerships, they can be very aggressive, and you know, it could lead to that person not wanting to be with them anymore. So you got to watch your speech. Again, you being very loud or coming across very intensely, that can be a turnoff for people. So just to understand that. Whenever it comes to you, like as far as your belief system, because Jupiter rules over your ninth house, you can be somebody who's very, you know, strong in your belief system, just because you're also of Mars ascendant, which means, like, again, intense energy. Like, first of all, I believe this, and you're not about to tell me I don't believe in this. That is seen too, like having that forceful type of energy. When it comes to like things like your work, because Saturn rules over your 10th house, you could be one attracted to like physical careers or physically demanding careers, because Saturn is like hard work, it's discipline, it's structure, it's responsibility. So you could be attracted to physically demanding jobs, or just you are in a job where you just have to do a lot of stuff. Not that you even want to, but you do have the energy to carry out physically demanding jobs. But also because Saturn rules over your 10th house, when it comes to work or career, you can be, you know, having to face a lot of obstacles, or it take a long time, because Saturn is a slower planet. It's slow to mature. It is, it's obstacles, delays. Wherever Saturn is in your birth chart in general, it can give you obstacles, delays, restructuring that area of life, teaching you to be more responsible in that area of life. So if you're not an entrepreneur, you know, when it comes to your job or really getting the job that you want, you know, Saturn can kind of get in the way for a little bit until it fully matures. But like I said, that is seen through there too. But of course, you got to look at, you know, everything. And when it comes to, and I will say this because my mind is going a million miles a minute. When it comes to like things like your 11th house, I have noticed that Aries risings can be very good networkers, because Aquarius rules over your 11th house. And as an Aquarius sun, Aquarius energy in general, we are the networkers, we're the connectors. I've noticed with this person, they have all kind of friends from all walks of life. Always wanted to help, very humanitarian like too, but for you, networking is key. This person in particular, and sometimes I get a little bit, you know, jelly, because I'm like, how the heck did you even get that? How did you get tickets to that? How did you, you know, get into that event or whatever? And it's always, I know somebody. And as an Aquarius, same, but also seeing this in another person, and especially Aries rising, where Aquarius naturally rules over your 11th house, you could be master networkers too. So use that to your advantage. You know, use it to your advantage. Talk to people. Like, that is you. That is how you are, and that is how you're wired. That is the gift that you've been given. And then whenever it comes to you, your 12th house, of course, that's the Pisces house. Um, Very creative people, very well, they can be very spiritually inclined, like I said, just because it's naturally ruling over that house. Pisces are Neptune naturally ruling over the 12th house. This person is very artistic, very creative, very good with painting and things like that. Again, because Taurus naturally rules over your second house. Taurus is Venus energy. Taurus is beauty, luxury. And then also, again, your 12th house being Pisces, naturally ruling over the 12th house of Pisces, you can be very vivid in your dreams. But again, that creativity also comes through the 12th house too. So depending on what you have in the 12th house, it can give you more vivid imagination, where you can apply that to anything that you're doing. Doesn't matter what your job is. Honestly, like whenever you learn yourself and learn your gift, you know that you can apply creativity wherever it is that you are. It does not mean that you turn into an artist. It does not mean that your life revolves around museums and things like that, but it means that wherever you're at, you use that creativity to build, to network, whatever it is that you do, okay? And of course, everything about your chart needs to be studied in depth. So if you are somebody like, that doesn't resonate with me, that whatever, you have to understand that you have to look at a multitude of things. One, your sun sign, your moon sign, the degrees in your birth chart, what planets are in the houses that I mentioned specifically. Are they in conjunction with each other? Are they opposing each other? All of the, like everything, I'm telling you, this is much more complex than me just spitting a few facts. But if you like a more in-depth analysis of your chart, If you going through something, let me know. I'm here to talk. I'm here to help guide people understand themselves at their core, like their core. So you can visit me on any social media platform, go to my website, let's talk, let's chat, let's get it done, y'all, because I am here to help people. I'm here for world dominance, okay? Pluto first house here. I am here to teach the people about themselves, y'all. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for supporting the channel. It's growing, like a little by little, it's growing, so I'm excited. But yeah, we got to keep it going. So I will see y'all on the next video, which will be Taurus rising. Bye.